Hello and welcome to World Talks on TVP World with me, Ashim Kumar. A new initiative from Mateusz Morawiecki, Vice Chairman of the Law and Justice Party, is stirring debate on Poland's right, an attempt to build a broader, quote, patriotic camp beyond party lines. But is this renewal, repositioning or fragmentation? Well, we're joined by Piotr Kaczyński. He's a lecturer on EU institutional issues at Warsaw University to unpack the political stakes. Mr. Kaczyński, welcome to TP World. Thanks for taking the time.
Hello, good to be back.
Hi, good to have you. So, I mean, first of all, has Mr. Morawiecki actually confirmed that he's doing this?
It seems so that Prime Minister Morawiecki, former Prime Minister, is actually establishing an association that has this objective to broaden the landscape of the, let's say, reach of law and justice towards new societal groups. He has asked a lot of people to join him in this endeavor to modernize Poland and let's join the forces.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I find it difficult to understand how you can join forces and split at the same time.
That's a very good point. So Mateusz Morawiecki is attempting, at least on paper, to create an association that will reach out to people outside of the politics, outside of the political class, outside of his home party, Law and Justice. So in doing so, he's trying to reach out to unions, to students, to all kinds of groups of people who could potentially assist him in projecting a new kind of platform towards modernization of Poland from that conservative standpoint, and this is exactly where you have a little problem with the established political forces out there, especially his own political party, Law and Justice, that has chosen just a couple of weeks ago a very radical nationalistic leader that should lead that party towards 2027. Prime Minister ship elections, Mr. Przemysław Czarnek, and I would call them the nationalist camp, and this is the nationalist way, and Mr. Morawiecki is categorically opposing that path within the party, so there's a big speculation whether this new move of creating an association within the party, but also with people from outside the party, is actually a first step of Mateusz Morawiecki towards exiting Law and Justice. Well, he doesn't say he wants to leave, but he might be pushed away from the party.
Okay, pushed away to what? To form another party and tout for votes himself, or just vanish from the political scene? What will he do if he is pushed away?
It's very unlikely that he will vanish from the political scene. He is probably the most recognizable member of the Law and Justice and the most popular one, maybe recognizable second after Jarosław Kaczyński, the leader of Law and Justice, but he's definitely much more likable than the Law and Justice leader. All the opinion polls suggest that from the conservative camp, he's second after President Karol Nawrocki. He's very popular within the Law and Justice electorate. So he is not going to give up the fight for the soul and leadership of Law and Justice just like this. But the nationalist camp has the upper hand with the leader of the party, Jarosław Kaczyński, and clearly they are doing what they can to push away people close to Mateusz Morawiecki. And we have seen, for example, MP Krzysztof Szczucki, who was suspended from the parliamentary group, also Senator Jacek Włosowicz, who has been thrown out of the party for saying that he joined a conservative party 20 years ago, not a nationalist party that it became today. So that's very clear messages that you cannot have a distinct voice within Law and Justice from this nationalistic voice that they have chosen. And now the big question is, of course, whether this should apply to Prime Minister Morawiecki, who openly says he will not cooperate with parties that are calling for exiting of Poland from the European Union, as some as potential future Law and Justice partners are talking about, and even some Law and Justice MPs are talking about.
So what would the effect be? He's not going to leave the political scene. Likelihood is he's going to start some kind of movement of his own. Isn't he simply splitting the Law and Justice vote? In which case, you know, nobody wins in the election at the end of next year.
So there are at least two options here. Option that is preferred by Mateusz Morawiecki is that he wins the leadership of Law and Justice and over Law and Justice at the end of the day. Whether this happens, I am not going to tell you that he's going to be successful or not. Clearly, he's not a front runner in this. He is not having the upper hand. He is being pushed aside by Jarosław Kaczyński and the nationalistic camp within Law and Justice. So this might be a plan B, and the plan B being that he forms some kind of a new party. But for that, he needs to have some kind of exit that is very clearly beneficiary for him. So he may be looking for an opportunity to be pushed out and create a new party, because this is a fight over about 25% of the Polish electorate that has been supporting Law and Justice undisputably over the last decade or so, and right now it is a fight for the soul of this electorate, and I'm not quite convinced that the nationalist camp will have the upper hand in that. So one thing is the political party, and second is the electorate. And if Mateusz Morawiecki is able to win the souls and hearts of the electorate of Law and Justice, you may be absolutely right. That divided Law and Justice is not going to bring them any kind of success next year elections.
Okay, just very, very quickly, if you would, Mr. Kaczyński, are we seeing the beginning of a complete new paradigm in Polish politics?
Not completely new paradigm, but clearly a major problem is within Law and Justice that had a tendency about 15 years ago to split, and different parties try to be created by descendants or dissidents from Law and Justice, but none of them succeeded, and some of them, or many of them, have either returned to Law and Justice or have found their way elsewhere, for example, in the Civic Platform or the Farmers' Party, the PSL. And some speculation today is actually going that way, that maybe Mateusz Morawiecki is trying to not necessarily create a new party, but join and create a renewed party with, for example, the Farmers' Party, that are partners of the Donald Tusk coalition.
Understood. Mr. Kaczyński, as always, thank you so much for your analysis. Have a good evening.
Have a good evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That brings us to the end of this episode of World Talks. Don't go away. Lots more coming up. Goodbye.